What's up, my oh so beautiful people? Today, in the spirit of paying off student loan debt, I'm going to be giving you 4 reasons how you can pay off student debt a little bit faster. Before we get started, here are some numbers I want you to wrap your head around as I'm giving away these tips and tools. Just last year, according to StudentLoanHero.com, the average student loan debt was $37,172.
Jesus Christ.
I understand. I mean, I was already in debt $37,238.38. So that average seems about right to me. So now that we got that reality check out the way, let's go for tip number 1. Take inventory of your student loans. Now, the first step to me is the most critical step, and this is going to require you to do some kind of work, all right? First things first, you need to write down all your student loans that you have paid. Number them 1 through 10, 1 through 5, 1 through whatever, but just write them all out. Once you write them all out, write down the interest rate you have to pay on all those loans. So here's an example of what I did. I recorded this May 30th, 2016. This is when I first started off paying my student loans off. I first started paying my student loan debt off. That's what I wanted to say. As you can see, I listed my student loans from largest to smallest, listed all 11 of my student loans, and I started knocking them down. But first things first, you have to take inventory. Write down your student loans. So the one thing that I want to point out is organization. Organizing your student loans. I chose to go highest student loan with the highest interest rate all the way down to the lowest student loan and the lowest interest rate. But either way is good. You could go lowest interest rate with the lowest amount to the highest and the highest interest rate. Just mathematically, I was like, hey, if I do it that way, I'm going to lose more money in the long run, or I'm going to pay more on interest in the long run. So I did the opposite way. Either way you choose, just make sure you record your student loans and have a plan. That leads me to tip number 2, small victories. Instead of looking at your student loans as one big hole or just one big payment, I want you to look at each student loan that you have to pay as one goal. Once you break down your student loans that way, you will be accomplishing more by just looking at it as one goal instead of 10, 15, 5, or how much you owe. Taking each student loan into minimum payments will allow you and motivate you to pay off more student loans at a time. Now, a lot of people always recommend that you pay more than a minimum balance. I would say you should pay more than a minimum on one loan at a time. And please, 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 if you have the option of paying auto pay, please sign up for auto pay. A lot of the student loan debt auto pay programs will allow you to take off a percentage of your interest rate. You do not want to miss out on that. Please, please sign up for auto pay. Tip number 3, pick up another source of income or pick up a part-time job. When you pick up a part-time job or doing some freelance work on the side, that will bring in another source of income, which will allow you to put more money down or more money towards your student loan debt. Finding a part-time job or another source of income can range from so many endless possibilities. You could work at the mall. You could work overnight at a job. You could work at the mall in a shack. You could work at a fast food restaurant. You could walk the dog. You could shovel snow. You could rake leaves. You could walk an old lady to the store. You could take a neighbor garbage to the front. You can be a tutor. You can do photography. You can sell t-shirts. All that to say that there's money everywhere. You just have to go find it, and you gotta hustle. You gotta be hungry. Or as Les Brown would say, you have to be hungry. Last and final tip. Last but not least, because there's so much more. Basic living. My beautiful people searching the social media web, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever. Avoid the branding traps. Everyone wants you to have the latest this, the latest that. But if you are in debt, you shouldn't be worrying about the latest anything but the latest student loan debt that you paid. Don't worry about your friends going out and you missing all these events, because in the long run, you're going to benefit, right? I mean, being in debt is the suckiest feeling, I must say. I was in debt. it is the wackest feeling you can ever be in, because you know in the back of your head that you owe somebody thousands and thousands of dollars, but yet you're going to the movies and you're going to the bar and you're spending $100 a week, or you're going on these shopping sprees buying clothes and stuff, and it's like you can just contribute all that money into your student loan debt and getting rid of it so you can spend as much money as you want once you're out of debt. Basic living is more of a lifestyle, right? You had to eliminate all the wants for the needs. I ate pasta for so long. Like, people thought that was the only thing I ate. But every time I went to the grocery store, I spent $20 to $30 a visit. Where did you think that extra money went? Why do you think I was able to pay off my student loans so much faster? Because I eliminated the chicken and the chips and the juice and the fruit roll-ups and the ice cream.
Beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, lamb, beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rat.
I eliminated all those options and stuck to a basic, very low diet, and saved a lot more money by doing so, which allowed me to add a lot more money to my student loan debt. Just be mindful of how much you're spending. Be mindful of what you're spending your money on, because this whole time you could just be adding more money to your student loan debt. If you want to pay off your student loan debt a lot faster, you have to change some things. And change is good.